Try to find my serious face. Hi everybody, I'm Michelle. Welcome to class. Thanks for tuning in, especially my regulars. Trying to be serious. My husband says I'm not serious enough. I felt like I was too serious. I need my people to make fun of. We are going to get started in a child's pose. Today's class is for all levels. Nothing fancy, just a vinyasa flow, a lot of movement, not a lot of breaks. So if you need a break, come here. As soon as you bring your big toes together, start to honor your body and open up the knees to a place where you're like, oh, that feels so good. So you can start to release tension from your hips. And then as you walk your hands out in front of you or bring your hands back by your feet, bring your forehead to the mat and allow the back to start to release tension. The neck, the shoulders, your face, your head. Before changing our breathing, just simply notice it. Notice where it moves in your body. Notice how it feels. As we start to settle in to the shape, start to let go of wherever it is you just came from. And allow yourself just these next few moments, like an hour, a little bit more, to take care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Start to turn your gaze behind the eyes to the inner workings of your body, to the missed parts. As we move through our day, we don't really feel these sensations, but when we roll out our mat and begin our practice, we start to feel things, wondering, where'd that come from? Where'd this come from? No wondering, just diving in. As we walk our fingertips forward, start to activate your Ujjayi breathing, where we breathe in through our nose, pull the breath through the back of our throats, drawing it deep down into the lower belly. That inhale should take you at least 4 seconds. And then we exhale out of our nose, pulling the breath through the back of our throats and allowing this breath to linger a little bit longer, all the way to empty. On your next inhale, lift up your torso and walk your hands to the right. Take a deep breath in to the left side of the body. Start to make your Ujjayi breath audible so you can hear it between your ears. And if there's anyone next to you, they can hear it. And it sounds like the ocean, or like you're fogging a mirror, or Darth Vader from Star Wars. This breath is going to anchor you into each pose, keeping you fully present and fully aware of what's going on, whether you like it or not. On your next inhale, lift up the torso and walk your hands to the other side. And just notice it's about the breath. I'm trying to focus on 3 really big breaths in each pose. If you feel like I don't give you enough time, don't rush. Listen to your body. I'll guide you the best I can. When you're ready, make your way back to center and set an affirmation for yourself. Something positive that can keep you moving forward in your day rather than looking back in the past or even looking back yesterday. And when you're ready, lift up to all fours, lining up the creases of your wrists, elbows, and shoulders, hips over your knees. And we'll start to flow in and out of our cat-cows, where we let the belly dip, the tail and your heart lift. And very slowly lifting your gaze, being mindful of the cervical spine. As you exhale, feel the root down of the hands, shins, and feet, and everything else lifts. Hollow out your belly, protract your shoulders, pause at the end. Inhale, let the belly go. Notice if there's more space. I always notice I have more space around my neck and shoulders the second and third time. Exhale, rounding curl. And I do suffer from some low back issues. So when I round, I'm very mindful of that sensation in my low back. And I hone in on it and I breathe into it. Inhale. This time, pick up your feet and tuck your toes. Walk your feet up without moving the knees to stretch the feet and toes. Exhale, rounding curl, push away. We'll take one more like that. And if you really like these and you really feel like you're making some space and it's getting easier and feels better, hit the pause button and do more. Do at least 10. Starting circles around your mat, moving your hips to the right. Again, getting into those missed parts. When we do cat-cows, we don't get that much into our hips or even the wrist. Reverse your circle. So as we move from side to side, we're stretching the outer hips and the IT band. As we move forward, we get more into the wrist. So don't be afraid of these sensations. Lean in enough to feel it and be able to breathe really big and deep. If you've leaned in too far and the breath becomes short and choppy, back off. Don't hurt yourself. Move slower. Breathe deeper. Bringing it back to neutral. Dialing your fingertips back towards your knees. If it's too much, don't dial all the way back. You hold the intensity dial for this class. This is a perfect example of it. Only dial back as much as you can enjoy. And that's what it's about. It's about enjoying the practice, not going, oh, she's going to do that. I hate that. Do more of what you don't like. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Bring your knees together. Walk your toes up. Sit back on your heels and reach back for the little pinky toe. Give it a little squeeze. Make sure it's pressing down the best you can. Draw your belly back. Draw your ribs in. Feel your heart lift. Inhale, maintain that. Mula Bandha, the space between your sit bones. Pull that in at the beginning of your inhale. Pull the breath through the front body and up to your chest. On an exhale, Uddiyana Bandha, the wrapping in of the ribs as if you were tightening up a seatbelt. Bend your elbows, your cactus arms. Squeeze the elbows back, shoulder blades together and down. If you can, lift your gaze. Inhale, reach with the arms back up, and exhale, back down. Pick up your feet, give it a little tap, or roll out your ankles or sit with it and breathe. Close your eyes if it helps. Otherwise, set your gaze on one very small thing. Flip just your right palm up, wiggle your fingers in. Your fingers can face the left hand, they can face your knees, it's totally up to you. Bend your elbow, make a fist. As you straighten out the elbow, if your fingers open, bend the elbow, make the fist. Keep the fist. Don't worry how straight the elbow is. And if you want to bend and straighten a few times, that's also pretty helpful. On your next inhale, we'll do this 3 times. On the 3rd time, we'll hold. Inhale, reach the arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, reach the arm up. Notice if you have more space. That's why I love doing things 3 or more times. Inhale, it's our last one. Breathe in as much as you can. Pause at the top. Take another little sip and then thread it through, and we'll hold it here. Use your left hand to press down to roll your gaze up. Maybe lift your left leg up. Maybe stretch your left fingertips forward. Maybe lift the left hand up and go for a bind. Maybe grab the left foot. There's so many maybes, so many possibilities. Take what resonates. On your next inhale, if your left leg is up, keep it up. We're going to unwind. Bring the right arm back up to the right. And then swing the right arm forward. On an exhale, rounding curl. Knee and elbow come in. Hollow out your belly. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, rounding curl. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, rounding curl. Hold it here. We're going to move the elbow and knee right and left. Inhale. Exhale, rounding curl. Inhale. Exhale, rounding curl. One more. Inhale. Exhale, rounding curl. Modified side plank. Right hand down. Right foot moves off the mat like a kickstand. Left foot kicks back. Left hand reaches up. Arms are at 6 and 12. Left leg is straight and strong. Stay or grab your left foot or ankle. Kick into the hand, lift the gaze, broaden the collarbone, or squeeze the heel towards your butt. Stay or place your outer left foot down, stretching with your left bicep by your ear. Strong root down here. Feel the inner arch lift. A lot of times in class I see people doing this, but you want such a strong root down with that left foot that if you wanted to, the right knee could lift. On your next inhale, circle the left hand around. Ground your left foot, the left toes. Slide the foot up a little where you're a little uncomfortable in your wrist, and then lift your right leg, backing up. 3 breaths here. So explore. Do you want to roll around your ankle? Do you want to point and flex your foot? Do you want to open and close the hip? Do you want knee circles? Do you want leg circles? Ooh, that's what I want, leg circles. Linger wherever you feel the joy. On your next inhale, float your left heel up. Square the 2 hips off and bring your right knee to the belly or your nose or your forehead on an exhale. Inhale, look between your hands and step your right foot up. Lower the left knee. Find your smile. Sweep your arms to the sky. As you reach up energetically with your fingers, interlace the first three and extend index and thumbs. Push down with your right big toe to drive the outer right hip back. Press down with your left knee and shin and hug those 2 points of contact towards each other. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, circle your arms around, frame your right foot, lift up the hips and pull your toes up. Nice straight leg. If you're rounded and your knee is bent and your fingertips can barely touch the floor, that's when the book or blocks come in handy. We want a strong root down. We want to feel the earth beneath us to rise above it. Belly in, heart forward. Right hip back, left hip forward. On your next inhale, we're going to bend the right knee, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, lift the right toes, and pivot over to the left. Inhale to the fingertips, and exhale, fold. Bring the hands behind you, shift the weight into your toes a little, tuck your chin to your chest. Notice the quality of your breath here. On an inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Turn your left toes to the back corner of your mat. Lift your right toes to the sky and lower your hip down. And when the heel lifts, that's as low as you go. Keep the left heel grounded. Look at your right foot. Make sure the right toes are up. Lift your kneecap. Engage that right thigh. Open up here and spread your wings. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Stay there or stretch with your fingertips forward. One more breath. Slowly, we will lift ourselves up and mosey to the other side where the right toes face up at the left corner of the mat. Left toes are lifted, right heel grounded. Maybe today you find what challenges you and you lean in there. Or maybe today you need that break, that passive approach at life, and then take that same passive approach here on your mat. On your next inhale, lift up the hips and pivot back around to a right side lunge. And then step your right foot back, find a high plank. Inhale, shift the weight over the wrist. Exhale, knees and hover the heart. Inhale, cobra pose. Lingering here for a few breaths. If you're not ready for the straight arms, bend your elbows. If you're not ready for the arms at all, lower all the way down, float your hands. Active feet, active thighs. One more breath. On an exhale, re-enter your child's pose. Deep breath in, open up your mouth and say, ah. Let's come back up and 3 circles and all fours to the right. And then 3 circles to the left. I do want to give a shout out to one of my childhood friends, Kara Files. She was a huge inspiration to me when I was younger. She's a huge dancer, and she's been taking my yoga classes, and that makes me feel really good. So hi, Kara. I love you. We'll come back to neutral. Flip the left palm up, fingertips face in. Bend the elbow, make a fist. Make the fist, keep the fist, and then very slowly try to straighten the arm. If the fingers flare, bend the elbow until you can make that fist. You can always bend and straighten. On your next inhale, 3 pulsations. Sweep the left arm out and up. And exhale, thread it through. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, thread it through. One more, biggest one so far. Exhale, thread it through and pause. And then I'm not going to tell you where to go here. You have 3 breaths to move into this pose the way you did on the other side. A lot of times, the right side and left side body feel a little different. One side has more balance than the other, more flexibility, more strength. With our practice, we're trying to balance all of that out. So if you're stronger on one side than the other, don't not do the pose because you feel you're weak on that side. Do the pose anyway. On your next inhale, root down, unwind, and meet me in balancing table. Left hand forward, right leg back. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, stretch and reach. And exhale, round and curl. One more really big. Exhale, round and curl. We pause here and then take left elbow and right knee out to the side. Exhale, pull it back in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, open up. Notice my right foot is flexed and my toes are trying to face up. Exhale, pull it in. Side plank, left hand left foot to the left like a kickstand. Reach with your right arm to the sky. Stay there, bend your right knee, grab your right foot or ankle. Either kick into the hand or squeeze the heel to your butt or a little bit of everything, like a smorgasbord. And then we'll slowly release the foot, stretch with your right bicep by your ear. I also want to shout out my most amazing son's girlfriend, Charlotte, who's been taking my class. I love you. Take one more deep breath in, feeling your full expression of your pose. On an exhale, circle your right arm around, bring your hand to the mat. With your right toes tucked, slide the right foot in a little. And inhale the left leg back and up. 3 breaths here. Roll around your ankle, point and flex. Open, close the hip. Circle with the knee. Or circle with a straight leg. On your next exhale, pull the left knee in, push away from the earth, hollow out the front body, right leg super strong. Look between your hands. Step your left foot up. Inhale as you lower the right knee. Sweep with the arms to the sky. Melting the hips and rising out of the low back. So in our practice, we work with dual actions where the left foot and the right knee pull in towards each other, where the low ribs draw in and we're lifting up out of the low back even though the hips are sinking towards the earth. Inhale. Exhale, circle it around, frame your left foot and shift it back, half split pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now Charlotte is a gymnast, so she's probably already in a split with super squared hips, because gymnasts like to open up this hip. Charlotte, bring it in. Bring it in. Thigh down, knee down, top of the foot down, pinky down. On your next inhale, bend the knee, tuck the toes, lift and straighten both legs, lift the left toes, and pivot to the right. Walk your 10 fingertips out in front of you. Walking your fingers forward as the hips stretch back. Draw your belly in and up. Look at your feet. Make sure all 10 toes are on the same line. I just noticed mine were not. Take one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Soften your knees. Hop your heels off the mat and lower your knees down for frog pose. So in frog, your knees and hips line up. Don't move your hips forward. Don't move your hips back. Your ankles aligned with the knees and your toes face the front and back of the mat. You can stay right here. You can come to your elbows, or you can lie all the way flat on your belly like Charlotte probably is. But just make sure you're pulling your belly up towards your spine. You're not sinking in your low back. We're trying to strengthen those muscles. So keep lifting, shoulders away from your ears. You only have one more breath. How big can you make it? And can you pause at the top and take one more little sip in? Quality exhale. So coming back up to the hands if you're not there already. Pick up your feet, knees still down, tuck your toes, draw your belly in, lift your hips. Jump step or float back onto the mat. Bend the left knee, bring it all the way around. Look forward, inhale. Take the right foot next to your left. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Open up your mouth. Exhale, let it go. One more, inhale. Open up your mouth. Exhale. On your next inhale, bend your knees, lift all 10 toes, look forward, sweep the arms up, find chair. In chair, look down at the knees. If you don't see your toes, move your knees back. Squeeze the knees, squeeze and hug your hips, draw your navel to your spine and your heart to the sky. Take one more inhale here, maybe sink a little deeper into the hips. Exhale, squeeze a little more, legs, inner thighs, belly back. And on your next inhale, root down into the feet And as you exhale, biceps stay right by your ears. Find a little back bend here. Take a breath in to your back bend. Energize your fingers. Feel the rib cage lifting away from your hips. And on your next inhale, look forward, open up the arms, and exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften the knees. Place your hands down, step, jump, or float it back, high to low push-up, with or without your knees. Inhale, pull the heart forward and up, lifted cobra. Exhale, lift the belly and the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg sweeps to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps up between your hands. Left hand down, inside right foot, right arm lifts, lunge twist. Keep rooting down with your right big toe, squeezing the outer right hip back. Notice my left leg. Push down with that left foot. Zip up the quad. If you want more, open up that right arm to the right a little. Opening across the chest. And then we'll take the right hand to the inside of the right foot to counter the pose. Stay on the ball of your back foot the very best you can. On your next inhale, turn your left foot flat and rise up to Warrior Two. In Warrior Two, the front heel lines up with the back arch. Look at the inside of the knee. Make sure you can see your big toe. Shoulders over your hips. Rise up and out of your low back. Feel the balance between your 2 feet as you hug the feet in towards each other. Inhale, pump your warrior. Reach the arms up, zip up the quads. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Peaceful warrior. Reach with your right hand forward. Keep your right knee energetically moving forward as you reach up and over with your right hand. Options for the left hand. Binds behind you, left leg, or in front. I like it in front because I tend to lean forward. And this is a gentle reminder. Lean back. Open up your heart, Michelle. Straighten out the right leg. Exalted triangle. Open up your arms. Triangle pose. Hips move to the back of the mat. Legs are straight and strong. Reach with your right hand to the inside or outside of your right foot or ankle. Left bicep by your ear. Spin your heart open to the sky. Stay there. Sweep your right arm up. Feel your kneecaps lifting. One more breath. Inhale, rise up. Exhale as the right arm crosses around in front of the body. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, Lizard Lunge. Bring your hands to the inside of the right foot. Move your right foot over to the right. Melt your hips forward. We're just staying for 2 or 3 breaths. Lower the left knee. Reach up and back with your right hand to grab the left foot or ankle. Be mindful the right knee does not go over your toes, but you can open up the right toe or open up the right foot to give more space in the right hip. Slowly bring it back, tucking the toes, but before you lift the knee, we're going to place our hand down for our half moon. So the right hand will come 12 inches in front of the right pinky toe, left leg will lift, and your left toes face the left. Move your right rib cage to the right thigh and maybe lift your left hand to the sky. Notice if the weight of your body is in the front of the right foot, the back, or you have it evenly placed. Revolving half moon, left hand down, right arm sweeps up, and the left hip closes. Slowly lower your right hand, bend the left knee, and bring your left knee to the outside of your right foot. Bring your right hand behind you and inhale, lift the left arm up. On an exhale, find a twist. If you'd rather an arm balance, find an arm balance. Counter your pose, swinging the arms to the left. Slowly lifting up, taking your fingertips behind you, separate your feet. On an inhale, lift the hips, reverse table, head back. Open up your mouth. If you know your lion's breath, lion's breath. Tongue to chin, gaze to third eye, and a out of the nose, out of the mouth. Inhale, bring your chin to your chest, flex your feet, scoot your hips between your hands. Pause here or lift your right leg. Lift the left leg. Lift both. Lower your seat, cross at the ankles, roll over, jump step, float it back, low push up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot up between your hands. Right hand down, left arm lifts, lunge twist. So I'm not dumping all the weight in that right hand. I could easily lift it off the mat. Right thigh, super strong. Left hip, hugging back. Open up the chest if you want a little more. Open up the bottom of the foot if you want more. And then we'll take the left hand for a counter pose to the inside of the left foot. Notice I'm still on the ball of my right foot, and if you can see me, you can see that I'm shaking, and that's okay. Steady your gaze and breathe. We find a lot of stability when our eyes are focused. When our eyes are moving all over the place, that's when things get shaky, on or off the mat. Turn your right foot flat and inhale, rise up. Warrior two. So check in with your alignment, toes, ankle, knee, face forward. Inside of the knee, you should see your big toe. If you don't, move the knee, not the foot. Back foot lines up with the back of your mat, shoulders over your hips. Drawing your right groin towards your left heel. Pressing down with both feet and squeezing in. 3 pumping warriors. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Movement and breath become one. Inhale, reach forward. Keep that left knee moving forward as you move into your peaceful warrior. Whether your right hand is in front, the side, or behind. Your next inhale, straighten out the left leg. Open up your arms, find triangle pose. Hips move to the back of the mat. Left hand reaches forward and down. Right arm up. Bicep by your ear. Maybe left bicep by your ear. Slowly rising up as you inhale to warrior two. As you exhale, lizard. Hands to the inside of the left foot, so you might need to heel toe left foot to the left. Reach with your left hand up and over for the right foot or ankle. Releasing the foot, tucking the toes, but don't lift the knee yet. 12 inches in front of your left foot, place your left hand, and then float your right foot up for your half moon. And no matter how many times you fall out of it, try to keep getting yourself up. Every day we roll out our mat, we feel a little different. Today might be the day you're really good at balancing, but flexibility sucks. Or maybe vice versa. Revolving half moon, so right toes down, right hip faces down, and scissor hug the inner thigh. Keep hugging the outer left hip back. Lower the left hand and bring your right knee to the outside of the left foot. Twisting. Left hand behind you. Inhale, reach with your right hand. And exhale, twist. It's such a beautiful day here in Fort Lauderdale, Pompano area. I think it's 75 degrees. Inhale, we'll counter the pose. Bring the hands back behind us. Either return to reverse table. It is a little easier, or reverse plank. Can be a little challenging. So in reverse plank, you want your entire foot down. As you inhale, lean back, plug in your finger pads, bend the elbows, lift yourself up, get your toes down, lift your gaze. Exhale, lion's breath. 2 more. 1 more. Inhale, chin to chest, lower your seat, flex your feet, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale like a wave in motion, fold. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So good, I don't want to get out of it. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, slowly roll yourself all the way down. Oh, that breeze. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open up your mouth and say, ah. Inhale, belly down, back down, arms over your head, legs together. Exhale, bring your knees in, lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. Grab opposite hands, wrists, elbows, or whatever you can get. Inhale, the head comes down and you rock it side to side. Pigeon pose. Left foot down, right ankle on your left thigh. I like to use my right elbow to ground and my right hand to push the right knee away. And then my left hand pulls the left knee in, maintaining the alignment in my spine, keeping my back pressing down, not lifting up. You can also take your right hand, thread it through the hole, and grab the back of your left leg. If you have trouble bending down and touching your toes, this might be a better option for you. Pastor Rick, if you're listening. This is when we start to wind down. Sometimes this is when the mind starts to get active again because we're still, the body's calm, so the mind starts to go crazy. But that's the job of the mind. Our job is to observe it, letting go of expectations, letting go of attachments to what the thoughts are saying, and just observing, being present, knowing you are not your thoughts, staying focused. Go ahead, lower your left foot down, lift the right leg up, flex your right foot, keep your low back pressing down, and on an inhale, lower your right heel to touch down. On an exhale, slide the heel towards your butt, point your toes, inhale, lift the leg, flex your foot, lower very slowly, extending from the hip but not the hip. So the hip stays down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Flex your foot, bend the right knee, place your right foot down. Left side, left ankle on the right thigh. Pigeon pose, your choice, where you like to hold the legs or thread the needle. Two more breaths. And always, if you need longer, hit the pause button. And when you're done, hit play and just pick up. Listen to your body. Release the right foot. Lift your left leg. Flex the foot. Inhale, keep the back down. Core nice and tight. Lower the left foot. Exhale, you slide the heel in. Inhale to point, flex, and lower. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pause. Flex the foot. Lower your left foot down. Feet are hip bone distance apart. Hands by your side, palms down. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, bridge pose. So if you want to bring your feet closer to your hips, you can, or further away because you have low back issues. And if you get up there and you're like, oh, I feel it in my back, go down, scoot your feet away, scoot just a little bit, just a teeny bit. Everything in yoga is super small, isolation, nice and easy. Option to keep your hands where they are, or option to interlace your fingers. Make a fist with your hands. Every time we bind, it's a lock, and locks are strong, closed. Another option would be to reach your arms back over your head. Final option would be a full wheel. Fingertips behind your shoulders. Inhale, push down in order to rise. If you got up here and you're like, oh no, I can't, take a few breaths and come out of it with ease and calmness. One more inhale. And on your next inhale, lower all the way down. Lift your feet and hands, roll around your ankles and your wrists. And then grab your soles of your feet for happy baby pose and rock it side to side if that feels good. Push your feet down, but also push up into your hands with your feet. If you want more, kick into your hands and straighten out your legs the best you can. Happy baby is tailbone down. So if you straightened out your legs and your tail lifted and your shoulders are all hiked up, try straightening one leg at a time. On your next inhale, we'll lift the legs to the sky and cross the right knee over your left. Relax your hands on one of the knees or shins. And then place your left foot down. Open up your arms wide like a T. Lift up your hips, scoot your hips to the right. And then bring your knees to the left. If this is too much of a twist, uncross the legs. If it's not, hook your right foot behind your left. And if you want more, look over your right shoulder. Relax your jaw. Find your inner smile. Find the love and kindness in your heart for yourself. On your next inhale, bring the gaze forward. Lift the knees, center your hips, lift the legs. and cross your left knee over the right. Bringing your hands on either knee or shin. Right foot down, arms out wide, scoot the hips to the left and knees to the right. So if you crossed your knees on the other side and everything was great, and then you cross your knees going to this side and you feel uncomfortable, uncross your legs. Listen to your body. A teacher once said to me one time, she said, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Inhale, bringing it back to center. Center the hips, uncross your legs, and lift up your head, neck, and shoulders again. Give yourself one more final big hug. Place your head down. Bring the soles of your feet together. If you have a couple blocks, I really love blocks underneath my legs here in my found angel pose. But right now I only have one block, so, or you could place the block underneath your feet. That's also good. Yeah. I like that. Oh, yes. That just helps keep my low back down, where I'm not arching. I'm not putting pressure on my spine. This pose helps to create balance for our practice, balance for our life. Like at the end of the day, a chiropractor, not my husband, another chiropractor who used to give my son a massage, he told me and my son that at the end of the day, lie here. Whether you did a workout or you didn't, this pose helps to create balance because we lean a certain way, we drive a certain way, we walk a certain way. This brings balance to all of that. Stay here for the duration of your Shavasana, or send your legs out to each corners of your mat. Create a little space between your lips. Find your inner smile. Return to normal breathing, resting all your attention on your breath. Open up your heart for the beautiful day ahead. Thank you so much for joining me. Infinite blessings and gratitude. Namaste.